I bought a brand new Borla Stinger catback for my orange Terminator, and I spent 7 hours wet sanding and polishing it. And I did that to make sure that I had the perfect shine, and they came out fantastic. They look mirror finish, they're absolutely beautiful. But this next catback I bought is also a Borla Stinger catback, and I bought it for my red Terminator because I like it so much on the orange one as well, so I want to have both of them have the same catback. I decided that I wanted to go a little different route, and I had seen somebody else had posted a video on how to polish the exhaust without spending so many hours wet sanding it and spending so much money on materials, and I had seen this before I did mine the first way, but now I bought this new catback for my red Terminator, and I decided I'm going to try to go this route. And so the way you do it this way is you buy bronze wool. It's like steel wool, but it's a little different. So there's Mother's Mag aluminum polish, and then there's coarse, which is medium grade bronze wool, and then there's the fine bronze wool. So you probably could do more steps with different grades. Basically what you need to do, and what I did, was took some mag aluminum polish, and I had a damp applicator pad, and I rubbed that on there all over the place, and you could do smaller sections at a time. I'm focusing on the part that you see when it's on the car. So when you're behind the car, this is the section of the tailpipe that you see when you're behind the car. And I started with the medium grade first, and I just went back and forth, and it really started to polish it out. I think it did a great job. And so you just do this back and forth and spend a good amount of time with the medium grade, and that will do most of the work. So then when you're finished with that, go ahead and switch over to the fine grade, get some more of the mag aluminum polish, and use that on the metal as you're polishing. Sometimes it helps to spray a little water on it and help it lubricate a little bit easier. So here's the applicator pad again, and then the fine grade. I'm just going back and forth, don't do swirl motions. But you can see how much it's already starting to shine up. And as a matter of fact, it shined up pretty well with the medium grade. But this will help take out more imperfections and make it nice and shiny and reflective. My goal in shining the exhaust and polishing it this way was to get the reflective shine that I like, but not be so perfectionist about it, and not spend as much time or money with all the sanding grits and the different types of sandpaper that I had to buy, and I even used a DA polisher on the other exhaust. But as far as I'm concerned, when you're driving behind the car, as long as it's shiny like this and not the bare metal look that the exhaust comes with from the factory, then that's enough to make me happy. So then I went over it with a microfiber towel, put some more of this Mother's mag aluminum polish on it, and then I used the microfiber towel to polish it out and really buff it. And you could probably use a buffing wheel and all sorts of other things too. But like I said, my goal was to do this real simple and just make it look good and presentable from behind the car. I didn't really want to spend so much time on this one. There, a little bit of black comes off under the rag. That's how you know it polishes. But really not a whole lot of black came off because it was polished pretty well. So here's a little comparison of the piping. This is what the pipe looks like when it's not polished. And you can see that it's a nice stainless steel metal that's reflective, but it's not shiny like a mirror. And then this is what the finished product looks like. And something that I wanted to make extra clear was this does not take out the imperfections in the metal. If you look closely here at the piping, you will see that when the piping is manufactured, it will have these little lines in it from all the bends. See those little tiny lines? Those don't come out in this type of polishing. It does when you sand it. You can sand those little lines out, but it doesn't do it with this level. But like I said, it's going to be underneath the car, and you hardly see it anyway, and you're not going to get that much detail out of it. So I wanted to do it this way. So I'm really happy with the results, and I think it turned out nicely. To my surprise, I couldn't find the bronze wool at any little hardware store in town. Even big names like Lowe's, I went in there and they said they could order it for me, but I could order it myself too. And so that's what I did. I bought it on eBay, and I bought it from two different places because one place only had the fine and one only had the medium. And so this was necessary to get the exhaust finished. I bought this exhaust a few months ago, and I haven't put it on the car yet because I wanted to polish it. And the other reason I haven't put it on, besides polishing it, was because of the order of operations I've talked about with this car. I'm doing a big blower swap on it, return fuel system, and the full tilt boogie upgrades with the bushings and the control arms. The cradle ones are already done, but I still have work to do on the control arm bushings and the diff cover. I bought a Ford Racing diff cover for the car, and so I didn't want to put this exhaust on the car and then have to take it off again to do the diff cover and pull out other things. And so there's an order of operations, and that's why it's taking so long. And I had that Project 97 GT fall into my lap where I replaced the engine in it, and now I'm going to replace it again because the new engine was bad, unfortunately. But anyway, that's the update with this Terminator Cobra. I'm very happy with the car. I'm going slowly but surely, making progress, and I have almost all the parts ordered now to do the blower swap and schedule the dyno tune. So stay tuned for more of that. As always, I want to thank everyone who supports me and watches the channel, and all the friendships I've made as well. I have a lot of people who come out of the woodwork who I don't even know about, who tell me about the projects they're doing on their Mustangs, and people who I make instant friends with who are doing the same things with their cars and building their cars. And I've just had a lot of fun meeting people and talking to them who make an effort just to put something in the comments and let me know that you're around and you're watching and who you are and what car you have and what project you're doing. I really enjoy that. So it's a fun community to be part of, and I've made a lot of friends, and I appreciate all the friendships that I make with the cars. So stay tuned for more of these videos and updates of the cars and Mustang stories.